I'm Sage here with a tarot reading for you. We're taking a look at the Four of Cups. We're going to use 5 different decks to explore some of the emotional disconnection or constraints that seem to be wrapped up in this card. Now, traditional imagery often looks something like this. The Four of Cups showing 3 cups in the foreground and 1 cup kind of floating off to the distance. That's usually taken to mean indifference or apathy or boredom. I think something else that may be present here is that there may be emotional lack of awareness. There's actually something there where emotional fulfillment is possible, but there's a lack of awareness of it. So that was the Thelema Tarot. But here in the Hermetic Tarot, you've got a very different take on it. Here you have the top cups are full and overflowing from this fountain, and yet the bottom cups are really not quite full. Some pleasure or some emotion is coming to an end, which is very different than the other one. And here's a similar image to the one that was in the Thelema Tarot. This is the Fenestra Tarot. But here you notice the crossed arms. There may be emotional resistance to something that's being pushed at you. And so that's another possible meaning. In the Mother Peace Tarot, here is someone who is in a river. In between on each side of the river, it's almost like she's so caught up in her own emotions that she's not able to really fully move towards either one. There's sort of a paralysis that happens, or a stuckness that happens in the emotional realm. This one also kind of brings it out in the Gaian Tarot. You see a woman looking into this deep well with all these plants coming out. Clearly there's water there, and yet she cannot access it. So it can be an inability to access one's emotions. It could be a walling up of one's emotions, but in any case, it's like there's depth there, but you can't access it. So those are all very different takes on the Four of Cups. I hope that's been helpful. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm at Sage Winterfox, and my website is winterfox.com. That's winter with a Y. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a week that is filled with peace and light.